Being able to count things in Excel is an extremely useful facility, particularly as we advance through our mathematical calculations in Excel. So let's explore the various count functions that exist. We're going to do this with the help of sales, other functions, count file, and a sheet within there called count. And what you'll notice is we have a sort of yellow range here from B1 to F11 that has a variety of numbers, text, and nothing, empty cells. And on the right here, we're going to add a few count functions. So the first of those is actually called count. Equals is first, then the name of the function, count, and you can see count appears in our list of functions, open brackets, and then we give it the range or ranges that we would like to count. So let's highlight our yellow area here, B2 colon F11, and then return. Again, no need to close that bracket, Excel will do that for you. And you'll see we get a result of 11. Now the count function doesn't count cells or content, it actually counts those cells with a numeric value. So if you look at your range of cells, you'll find there are only 11 that hold numbers. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's the count function. If you wish to count cells that contain something, regardless of it being a number, text, or even a typed space, which can happen, then we use the count A function. So that's equals count A, open brackets, exactly the same as the others. It's a mathematical function, so all it requires is a range to work on our yellow range there. So B2 to F11, return, and it says 14. So there are actually 14 cells in this yellow range that contain something. That something being numeric or text or even a space. If I were to click on a cell, type a space, so the only thing that goes into that cell is a space, and return, you'll see the count A goes up to 15. The count itself is untouched, there's still only 11 cells with values. Now if you wanted to count cells that were empty, another great little function, equals count blank. You can see it there in the list. Open brackets. And again, like the other mathematical function, it requires a range to work on. So we highlight our range, no close bracket again, return, and there are 35 empty cells in that range. So 11 contain numbers, that's the count function. 15 contain something, be that a number, text, or even a space, that's count A. And then there are 35 empty cells, so that's count blank. Now, if we wanted to know how many cells there were actually in that range altogether, we could just add together the count of the blanks and the count A. So equals count blank of the yellow range, close my brackets, plus count A of the yellow range, close brackets, return, and the result is 50, which we know because we can add these two numbers together in our head. So that's total cells. So these are your count functions. They will come in even more useful than they appear to be now, where we're able to count numbers, cells with content, or empty cells.